everyone. It's Lauren Tucker with the HBA of Northwest Michigan. Welcome back to the Building Better podcast, special edition Parade of Homes. I am joined in the studio today with the team from Bay Area Contracting, Trisha Adams, Erica Murdock, and Trisha Adams.
Ready?
Hi, guys. Thank you
for having us.
Yeah, we're excited.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Well, I can't tell you how incredibly excited we are to have Bay Area back in the parade this year. 19th entry, is that right?
19th, yes, as long as we didn't forget any. We were just trying to go through.
Yeah. I'm sure
think it's around
together
19.
over the years.
Yeah.
Yeah, what a wild time. And so you guys started with entries in the parade in 2008. The parade looked very different then.
It was different, but a lot of new products, a lot of new trades and suppliers are out there. So, I mean, our Northern Michigan region is definitely getting really savvy with how we're building these homes now.
Yeah.
So it's neat. You got to come out.
Yeah. Well, like I said, you guys have been a fan favorite, so I know that a lot of people are going to be really excited to see that you're participating again this year. In fact, Brayton, the amazing Brayton Farr, who works with us at the HBA, was getting coffee last fall at Aroma, and I'm not kidding. The couple, the two ladies in front of them were talking about a house that one of them's being built right now, and the other one's like, "Oh, how did you find your builder, and who are you working with?" And they're working with you. And they met you at one of the previous parades.
Yeah, so people ask us all the time about the parade. Do you really get the work out of it? And it's the years later.
It's the long con.
It's the long haul. It's not I need to fill in spots this year or meet clients this year. It's like 5 years from now, we'll have people come and say, we went to the parade. I think there were 2 side-by-side homes, which we've done, I think, like 3 times now. So I always
makes it convenient.
I always have to ask them, well,
what color were they?
Year, yeah. Was it on the lake? Was it? And and they'll say they remember the parade and our entries. So that's an honor, and it's really fun to catch up with them.
Yeah, I told Brayden to tackle them, see if we could get him on camera saying that, because it is such a cool thing for the community, but also I think it might be the single best marketing tool for builders that the HBA offers.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, when I started in 2007, I had to put our company on the map. And the only way of doing that is showcasing what you do. And having, at that time, maybe 2,000 people come through, and then it's just a ripple effect of people telling their friends or neighbors and anyone that might be potentially building. It was just like a fire. So I really give the HBA 100% credit where I am right now with my company and being able to showcase it in our community. And in the consistency that we had from 2008, 2009, then we really went big, I believe, in 2010 with 3 Parade of Homes. Yeah. That's kind of what got us through that, that era of the building recession, which everybody knows. But once we got through there in 2011, 2012, we were up and running.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
Yeah, no, thank
the
you.
HBA thanks you.
Absolutely.
I don't know that we could take all the credit because you've done incredible things with your company over the years. I've known you guys since high school and
elementary school,
maybe preschool. So it's awesome to see how much you've grown and where you are today. And Erica, you had a great story about that 2008 home.
Yeah, so I was going to interior design school at Arizona State University and did an internship with a local designer up here at that time. So I was up in northern Michigan for the summer. And
a great place to be.
It was. And that's why I wanted to come back. I fell in love with this area. So, but I was the intern on the Adams 2009 Parade of Homes. My first experience with anything like that.
It was intense.
How are we going to
It was
done,
It is
like
intense.
9 p.m. the day before the door open.
I was sealing concrete that year at midnight.
Shipping
with
off
the lights off because it was
overspray.
Attracting the bug.
Oh my God.
And the guys had to leave. I said, "You can teach me how to do this, right?" He's like,
Yeah.
I guess so.
Yep. You're just grabbing anyone that can, sitting there chipping off paint off the windows, overspray. Just, you're just all hands on deck. And it was a wild experience because in school, they don't teach you anything like that of like the hands-on what it's really like at the job site under construction, trying to get it ready for a show
And staging.
Yeah. They don't teach you that. So it was very mind blowing. I loved it. Obviously didn't scare me because here I am, and now we're designing them.
Now you are the designer.
Crazy. Yeah.
Well, that's a good segue. Tell us a little bit about what your process is or what it's like working with Bay Area.
Yeah, so our job is really listening to homeowner. When they come to us, we're trying to custom tailor that house for their wants and needs and their lifestyle. So we really get to know them, and that's why we formed BAC Design Group in 2012, because I thought it was so important to know that story at design time as a builder. Because when you get those plans, when you build out, you understand the backstory now, and then you can really get that home to feel like a home when they move in, what they're looking for. So it was just so critical to get involved at that very beginning stage and know what it takes sometimes for a year or 2 years during the design process, because sometimes we don't see those plans for about 2 years.
Yeah.
But at least we see those clients, a dozen times coming through the office and talking with them and learn more about them. So that's what's so critical of that design service part. And then on the build side, we're really trying to control the consistency of our build out. So that's why a lot of people are asking, wow, you have a lot of divisions in your company. Well, it's really, people are hiring BAC, Bay Area Contracting, for Bay Area Contracting Home. And when you have your own trim team, your own wood shop, your tile team, now siding team, excavation, we can keep that consistency throughout the houses. So that way, when someone buys that house, the next person, they're going to have the same quality.
Yeah.
So that's really important for us to keep that consistency, keep the same team going through. And we are a very loyal builder with all of our subcontractors and suppliers.
And many of your teams have been with you for a long
A
time.
very long time. Yeah, it's been a great ride. It's been really rewarding to have them still, kind of going battles, like what Eric was saying with that parade of home. Just knowing that you have your back covered.
Yeah.
All of our teams, I think last year we paid over 400 different, companies, from code offices to, all the way to the insurance. I mean, there's so much goes behind the scenes to build a house, and it's amazing that all those companies. I'll go battle with them any day.
Yeah.
Well, and their loyalty helps keep us on time. So like our ability to get people in their homes on time is really pretty amazing, and it's all the credit to the team. The homeowner has to be on it. The homeowner has to make decisions. And if we run into trouble, it's usually because they're struggling with decision making. But our team, the loyalty of our vendors, and us keeping all of those teams in-house is what allows us to be on time.
Well, and your showroom has evolved over the years, and there's so many unique spaces there to bring homeowners in to see, touch, feel, and really
The inspiration.
make educated.
Yeah, our showroom was designed to feel like a home. So we have a living room, we have a bar space, we have the kitchen, and those are the areas that people come and meet with us and have decisions. So you feel like you're at home. You can go touch and feel and see the quality that we do, and it's so invaluable. Yeah.
And it's beautiful.
Thank you.
It is really, really beautiful. Well, what can we expect to see in this year's entry?
Well, this house was, a little personal. It's my brother's house. So, I think we all had that little pressure of, do what the best is. It's a very active family. He has 4 kids, very tight kids, with my sister-in-law, Bailey, so Brian Bailey. So we call this the B&B Adams. So that way, if people have to search it, they can, because me being Adams, like I search an email,
confusing.
it's very confusing. But, they have a farm down in New Orleans where they originally was raising their family. So it's really important for them to be outside Traverse City, get on some farmland, and have the house nestled in this farm where they'll do an orchard. They'll be doing some gardening. And, already they got an apple orchard planted. They got herb garden planted. So they're already getting the house ready. So when they move in, it's getting established. But it's really, when you come through the house, it's to be used.
Yeah.
I mean, the kids, the family, I mean, they're in and out the doors. So the mudroom is unbelievable transition in the house. There's a mudroom down in the lower level coming in the lower level with outdoor showers. So they're not even on the lake, and they don't be able to wash their boots and come in the lower
I've
level.
started just referring to my house as the sandbox. That's a dream.
Yeah.
It is. So when they got those two entrances, it's those going to be the workhorses and then kind of stop. But once they come in the house, it's that family vibe, where they always going to be able to be in the kitchen. They got game room, they got office space, they got quiet areas. So it's when people come through, they don't really realize how it's really integrated with that family lifestyle.
Yeah. Well, I had the chance to meet Bailey, and I popped into the showroom and got the chance to meet Bailey, and I know how excited she is to get into her home. And she was telling me about some of the features that were really personal to her, being from the South, and then some family heirlooms that you also incorporated that she was really excited about.
Yeah, the hood. I should do a call out for Matt from my metal. I mean, that hood is, from her grandparents.
Yeah.
And it's copper and it had to be refinished, but they didn't want it refinished where it looks brand new. They still want it finished where it fits in the house. It'll age in there, but Matt and Bailey and the team, they really had to do some polishing and massaging.
That was one of the things that she had brought to me, and I looked. She showed me pictures, very excited. I'm like, how are we going to make this work?
Yeah.
And then
we called Matt from My Metal Medium, and he's like, I got
we
this.
got it. And she brought it in. We checked it out. I was like, I think all those guts are going to have to be taken out, and so it was really cool to repurpose some of those things.
Yeah.
And it's, for me as a designer, is challenging. And okay, how do we make this work? I think that's one of the things that's really great about the BAC Design Group working with Bay Area Contracting is that we are getting to know our clients, and not every design is loved by everyone, but this design is loved by the people who are living in this house.
That is so
and that's
beautiful.
the important thing. And also when you're looking at all the parade homes, these were designed for certain people. And, it's just, it may not be something that you think makes sense, but it makes sense if you know why someone did it.
And the story behind it.
And the story behind
And
it,
I think, we do get a lot of feedback about the really big, beautiful homes that we have on the parade. And those are the homes that the builders want to show off so they can show off their skills. And I'm excited this year because there are a number of what I would call like everyday homes, the more attainable entry level or even like a downsizing level homes that are on the parade this year. And they're built by the same builders that are building the custom homes as well. So you'll see 2 beautiful custom homes that were built for customers by CMB and Norris. And then you'll also see 2 spec houses that were built by those builders that can show you that you can still have the beautiful quality and the unique features and still be in that price point that might be more affordable to more people.
Yeah, what people don't realize about Northern Michigan, we are very fortunate to have really good, talented builders, very skillful workers out there, and it's just truly amazing all the different ranges of homes and styles that we have in this market. So it's really neat that HBA can showcase that and the builders can be able to showcase that because I really appreciate it because I know what it takes. And it's amazing my peers out there and what they can do also. So it's really neat. So
I'm excited. I get the pleasure of riding around with the judges on the 9th to see all the homes. And
big day.
I love it. And they point out things that are so technical in the best way. Like they're able to identify where you guys have innovated and used those techniques that you referenced earlier. So I'm really thrilled to see those. Dean, I just want to thank you so much for your involvement in the HBA, just beyond the parade of homes. I know that like your company's become like the heart and soul of the parade in many aspects, but your leadership, you inspired so many other builders to follow in your footsteps. I know our current president and our immediate past president both referenced admiring you and your leadership. And starting the Emerging Leaders Program, which the class of 25 just graduated.
Wow, awesome.
Yeah,
That's
and,
so neat how that's still going.
It is.
That's
and
so cool.
We've actually been recognized among other HBAs for having the forethought to do that, because it's so important to bring you in, and I'm sure you can tell people better than even I can that you pull that curtain back on the HBA and there's so much that's going on.
Yes.
Yeah. So thank you for that. And then anything you guys want to tell the listening community?
I just want to say that Bailey is also a designer herself. So what was really exciting for me at this for their home is she was courageous and bold with colors and patterns, and a lot of people kind of shy away of how is this really going to come together and look. And it just made me very excited that she was ready to hold my hand and jump off the ledge together. And yes, let's pick that wallpaper out with those animals staring at you. So
I love that wallpapers come back
it
every
is.
way.
Yeah.
Oh, it's back.
I remember peeling the wallpaper off of my mom's hallway in Quail Ridge.
From our youth is a lot different than what we have
so
now.
thick and nasty, and like I hated my life. So this will be fun summer. Let's take the wallpaper.
So I just think it was overall a really fun house to work on, because there's a lot of unique and different colors and patterns and textures and materials that we don't get to use very often. But with her kind of having that creative designer sense, she was all in.
awesome.
So
Yeah, it's going to be really fun for people to see how you don't have to have everything matchy-matchy.
Yes.
You
Yeah.
can have some fun
Right.
with different colors of
Right.
wood tones in the same area.
Right.
Wood color that's different from the island, that's
Yeah.
different from the kitchen counters,
Yeah.
or from the kitchen surrounds. It's
It's
really,
cool.
really fun.
And that it all comes together and it just doesn't look like sporadic ideas
Mhm.
threw up everywhere. It's like it works. It really comes together. It's awesome to see.
But I've been doing a lot of traveling for high school track lately, and I've driven by a number of times, and it's been fun to see it really come together, and can't wait to walk through it.
Can't miss the
Yeah.
big red barn in the
Nope.
backyard.
Yeah. Well, thanks, guys. We're excited to have you on the show in the parade.
Yeah, excited.
Thank you for sharing a little bit about your company. I think it's important. The community doesn't understand all that goes into building a home, and especially pulling off an event like this. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, stop out, see the homes, but also talk with us. We're all going to be staffing it, and that's I think another huge benefit of the parade is you get to truly meet staff who are building this, the builders, the designers.
Yeah, it's important because just like anything else, it's a relationship, and just like the house might not be your cup of tea, you need to find the right builder that fits
Right.
with your personality.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
Cool. All right, guys. Well, we'll see you at the parade.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks, Lauren.
The HBA is so incredibly thankful to our incredible sponsors of the parade this year. And now we're going to hear from Larry Mikowski from Weeks Forest Products. What's up, Lumber Larry?
Thanks for having me, Lauren. I've been watching the podcast come out. I'm ready to get on the show and talk a little bit.
Well, we're excited to have
Great,
you.
thank
I'm
you.
going to ask you 5 questions.
Perfect.
What inspired your business to get involved with the Parade of Homes this year?
Yeah, we used to have really good representation up here, as I'm sure you know. We distribute Hardy Board, which was it was popular up here a little while back. And then when we lost Jimmy, who was our rep in this area, that representation fell off a little bit. So my main goal with getting involved this year was just kind of get that representation back up to where we had it before.
Yeah. Well,
So-
we're really glad that you're in the market, and we've had a lot of fun hanging out with you.
Yeah, it's been a blast.
What's one thing homeowners always ask you? How do you answer it?
Yeah, I'm kind of disconnected from where the homeowners are. So people like Chris that was just on here, he's going to come to me with a question like, why should I upgrade to Exceed siding, or why should I upgrade to Trex? And 9 out of 10 times the answer on why you should upgrade is always going to be because it lasts longer.
Yeah.
It generally, it'll look close. Trex is always trying to mimic the look of wood.
Yeah.
So the look's not all that different, but it's going to last 50, 75 years longer than a wood product will.
We have a beautiful Trex deck at our house,
You do.
and we're 7 years in,
Yeah.
and it looks just like the
On
day we
a
put it in.
50-year warranty too.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're
It's a great
just getting
product.
started.
All right, Larry, what trend are you seeing in home building or design that you guys are most excited about?
You know, I always ask this question to the kitchen and bath people when I go in because they're always the ones that are on the forefront. So they're dealing with it. They're seeing it every day. And what I'm hearing and what I am seeing in some of the products that we sell is people are pushing more towards the natural tones now. So we're seeing the grays, the beiges, the browns, stuff like that coming back. Whereas before we were kind of in that black and white contrast era for a little bit.
It's incredible how many different shades of gray.
Oh, yeah. Incredible. Yeah, absolutely.
Unreal. What's one thing that Weeks does that makes your customers say, wow?
I think it's just the depth of product that we have. So we're kind of known for our cedar and our wood products. And if you call me looking for a cedar board, I'm going to have probably 5, 6 different grades that I can offer you, all at different price points, better for different applications. So no matter what the price point your customer wants to be at or the look they're going for, we're going to have something that we can provide to you guys.
Yeah, and that's why they call you Lumber Larry.
That's why they call me Lumber Larry.
All right. If your team were competing on a home renovation show, what would be the superpower?
You know, I think we're going to go with what superpower would we like to have?
Either way.
Probably super strength.
Yeah.
I don't probably need much more. But I think there's some people on our team like Anna and Jake that could probably benefit from a little super strength out there in the field.
I like it.
So, yeah.
Well, Larry, welcome to the team. Thanks so
Perfect.
much for
Thanks for
sharing
having
a few
us.
minutes with us. And thank you, Weeks, for sponsoring this year's parade.
Of course. Thanks so much.
Hey, it's Lauren with the HBA of Northwest Michigan, Building Better podcast. Joining me in the studio today is Corey Flaska from Leelanau Construction.
Hi.
Hey,
How are
Corey,
ya?
how's it going?
Good, very good.
Well, I am super excited to have you back in the parade this year. How many parades have you been in?
This is my third one.
Okay.
Yeah.
I believe I was at your parade home in 2017. I remember meeting you there.
Okay.
What's been your experience with the parade?
Yeah, it's been a very pleasant experience. It's fun to show off your ability and your product in the home. The first 2 were client homes that I had built for them. They agreed to be in the parade home, so they were very gracious to allow that to happen.
That's always like one of the wild card things that we have to worry about because it's like getting the builders on board and then also getting the owners on board.
Yeah, that can be a little tricky, and it's always tricky to have it done in time.
Yeah, absolutely.
This year it's a spec home in a new subdivision that I have, so a little less pressure, and yeah, we're excited.
It's been fun watching that development take shape. So it's right in the heart of Cedar.
Yeah,
And it's been a long fought battle,
sure has.
just as any zoning, especially in smaller municipalities, can be, but rewarding.
Yeah.
And how many units are you going to be able to have there?
Yeah, we were Solon Township there in Leelanau County. You know, you don't often see high density
You
subdivisions. And I did some time in New York and LA where houses are right on top of each other. And Traverse City, it's kind of like that too. So I wanted to bring that to Leelanau to try and help the battle of the high prices. So we got 30 homes in that subdivision, and it's only on 5 acres. It's a combination of 10 single family homes, 4 duplexes,
Which is what we're going to be seeing this year.
Yep, and that's 8 more units, and then we have 3 quads, which is another 12 units.
Yep,
So
and those are all under construction now.
one of the 3 buildings is. Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, well, you're right. I mean, we need more housing. Land is scarce up here, and where it makes sense to have density, we should explore that.
Sure. Walking communities closer to towns. I mean, we really need some cluster homes all over, but it's really hard to change zoning on that. But a lot of people get the wrong impression of cluster homes. The idea is that you're actually saving farmland and you're clustering homes onto one area instead of spreading them all over. So cluster homes in Leelanau County could actually work if the people were a little more open-minded to actually preserving the land by allowing cluster homes.
Yeah, and these are wonderful communities. That was one of the things that we talked about when we were out there yesterday is just like the community feel. You get to know your neighbors. It's great for those that are either looking to downsize or that are looking to get into a home for the first time. And I mean, they're safe. They're very well done. They're not. It's great to look at. Like that's a no-brainer in my mind.
Yeah, and they're all original designs. I designed them myself and, passed that on to my plan drawer. But, these little, it's a perfect circle community. And the kids, this is what you see on TV sometimes.
Yeah.
The kids are all playing in the road or playing in the center park. it's really what you you dream about the outcome
Yeah.
exactly as it's coming.
Yeah. Well, homeownership builds up communities. It stabilizes communities. It helps prosper economic growth. And it's a really good thing. Homeownership is a good thing. And
Sure.
it's hard these days. I mean, when we were younger, it was easier to become a homeowner, and it's very challenging now. And I commend you for sticking to it and following through with building this great community.
Yeah, thank you.
Great features in the home. Garage. There's a nice garage parking. Finished bathrooms. I noticed the closets also had the built-in shelving, which was nice.
Sure.
So one of the things that people don't always understand is like you've built custom homes and now you're building more affordable housing with the same skill and quality.
Sure.
So, and the difference is it's like kitchens and bathrooms are the two most expensive rooms in the house. Every home has to have those.
Yeah.
And you can really control your cost with the smart design. So everything kind of condensed like you had it, maximizing usable space. So it's very well done.
Yeah, my theory behind it, and I've been preaching this theory in a lot of township meetings and to people is, I'm still using the same build philosophies as a custom home. This project it's smaller land, smaller house, smaller price.
Yep.
I don't name anything affordable. All I can do is make everything a little smaller, and that equals a smaller price.
There you go.
That's what I believe is the future, because it's expensive to buy land. It's expensive to build. So affordable is never going to happen unless you get subsidies.
Well,
So,
and affordable is such a dangerous word.
yeah, what's affordable to any person. So I think what we just can do is reduce cost, but unfortunately we have to reduce size.
Yeah.
And so that's what I've tried to do there. And so far they're selling pretty good, and they work for those people who want that.
Yeah.
So
And the scenery is gorgeous. And the views out the back door are beautiful. That preserved farmland.
yeah, big valley. It's a gorgeous valley.
It is so pretty. Well, Corey, anything else you want the folks in the community to know about Leelanau Construction?
Yeah, I mean, Leelanau Construction has 3 divisions. We do custom homes. We do semi-custom, which you can go onto my website, choose a plan, then come to my showroom and make all the selections for the exterior and the interior. And we also do spec homes. So we've streamlined our process here at Leelanau Construction. We use all name brand materials. There's nothing in our home that you won't see on a national commercial, and that's all in my showroom. So we handle all the banking. We are just full service. I also own Leelanau poured walls and excavation. So a lot of the missing pieces to build a home, you can just come to us, and we handle it all from the
That's
beginning.
great.
So
And you have a really cool showroom also right in the heart of downtown Cedar.
yes,
So folks, come down to Cedar, see the neighborhood, stop into the showroom.
yeah,
Corey, thank you so much for participating in the parade this year, and we'll see you on the parade.
that's it. Thanks for having me.